What do teen heartbreaks, Swiftie conspiracy theories, and Super Bowl meltdowns have in common? Taylor Swift, obviously. First up, Selena Gomez opens up about how dating the Jonas Brothers brought her and Taylor closer than ever.
Oh, Taylor and I dated the Jonas Brothers. She and I like to say the best thing we got out of those relationships was each other.
Then, Machine Gun Kelly recalls an awkward Super Bowl suite moment with a deflated Swift post-Chiefs loss.
And then Travis's suite, and at the beginning of it, Taylor was like, hell yeah, we're going to come watch you perform. Like, it's going to be crazy tonight. And I was internally, I was stoked. I was like, oh, what a legendary night this is going to be.
And speaking of Chiefs, Travis Kelce snubbed a young fan at training camp, but fans are forgiving, especially after spotting Swift-coded clues in his press conference.
I love it here. It gets me away from everything else that's going on in this crazy world. And, I think you can really just focus in on your craft and focus in on being the best you can for the guys around you.
Meanwhile, vintage footage of Kelce's old dating deal breakers has resurfaced.
Ready?
Yeah.
So, is it a deal breaker if a girl won't sleep with you after the third date?
The third date, I feel like that's the breaker right there.
That it? Right.
Three dates, that's like...
And to top it all off, sportsbooks are now placing odds on which NFL games Taylor will attend this season. Welcome to 2025, where love, football, and fandom collide on every timeline. Back in the days when side bangs ruled the world and the Jonas Brothers were basically the One Direction of Disney Channel, Taylor Swift and Selena Gomez were accidentally building one of the strongest celeb friendships ever. No, seriously. Picture this. It's 2008. Selena's dating Nick Jonas, Taylor's with Joe Jonas, and both are still figuring out how to adult while wearing charm bracelets up to their elbows. The relationships with the brothers? Meh. But what really came out of all that teenage drama? Each other. Yup, the heartbreaks turned into heart BFFs. According to Selena, it wasn't even the breakups that hurt. It was more like a, wait, we actually kind of just upgraded to each other moment. You know when you go to a party for the pizza, but end up finding your soulmate in the corner eating Doritos? That's exactly what happened. Just teenage girls bonding over boys who ghosted them after a mall tour. Classic! And the memories? Pure gold.
Oh, Taylor and I dated the Jonas Brothers. She and I like to say the best thing we got out of those relationships was each other.
Right.
Because it was really sweet. I was about 15. She was about 18.
Selena still remembers the moment Taylor played her love story for the first time, before the rest of the planet turned it into an anthem for overdramatic romantic situationships. Picture little Taylor nervously strumming away in a hotel room, wondering if the song would ever pop off.
That's when it was the crazy curly Taylor, and she had all these bracelets that went all the way up. I believe Love Story was the first song she had ever played me, and it wasn't released yet. In a hotel room, and I remember it vividly, and it was just like, it was one of those songs I instantly heard and thought, this is one of the most beautiful songs.
Fast forward 16 years, and these two are still glued together tighter than your favorite pair of yoga pants. They've been through it all. Breakups, makeups, award shows, internet beefs, and whatever the hell the 2016 Tumblr era was. Now they're at Golden Globes looking like power couple goals, sitting among a cloud of metallic balloons, radiating bestie energy that could light up the entire internet. But not even that kind of glittery magic could brighten what might just be the most tragic Super Bowl suite party in recent memory. Yup, the one where Machine Gun Kelly ended up third-wheeling two very sad Swifties. MGK, who grew up near Kelce and probably dreamed of this moment since gym class, thought he was about to live out his rock star meets NFL fantasy. He's chilling in Kelce's private box with Taylor, probably planning his post-game performance like, yo, we're gonna set this place on fire. But instead of fireworks, the Chiefs went full dumpster fire and got smacked 40-22. By the third quarter, MGK's plans were looking about as dead as his old pop-punk persona. Sources say Taylor went from hype queen to, maybe not tonight, real quick, and MGK realized his set wasn't getting the A-list after-party he'd envisioned.
And then Travis's suite, and at the beginning of it, Taylor was like, hell yeah, we're going to come watch you perform. Like, it's going to be crazy tonight. And I was internally, I was stoked. I was like, oh, what a legendary night this is going to be. By the third quarter, dude, I was looking at that score. I went up to Taylor. I was like, y'all aren't coming tonight, huh?
Oh, brother,
she was like, I don't think so, man.
Kelce, clearly spiraling into football heartbreak, wasn't exactly in the mood to go rage with his boy Colson, and who can blame him? he got cooked worse than a 4th of July hot dog. One minute you're imagining Taylor crowd surfing at your gig, next minute you're watching her politely ghost your concert while whispering emotional support sweet nothings to her tight end. Kelce nearly called it quits after that loss, but instead pulled a Benjamin Button and showed up to training camp looking like he'd hit rewind on the aging process. Coach Reed even called him svelte, which is just a nice way of saying damn he kinda shredded. The man's back in beast mode, training like he's got a revenge arc to fulfill. And speaking of locked-in energy, Travis Kelce just gave off some serious I'm in my villain era vibes at Chiefs camp by walking right past a young fan asking for an autograph. Yup, baby Kelce fan was out there in the summer sun, tiny Sharpie in hand, probably thinking today's the day he gets the holy grail of signatures, but Big Trav had other plans. As he strolled out onto the field at St. Joe's, eyes laser-focused like he was about to walk into the final boss battle of preseason, the kid shot his shot. But instead of stopping, Kelce basically hit him with the NFL version of, "Not now, champ." And to be fair, his response was something like, "Let me go learn how to football first," which honestly, mood. Now before we start yelling, "He hates kids" from the rooftops, let's be real. Kelce usually does sign autographs after practice. He's not some stone-cold diva stomping around the training ground in gold cleats ignoring tiny humans. He's just got game face on. Speaking of wounds, things have been a little heavy off the field too. Kelce's dad just lost his girlfriend, Maureen, at age 74, and the family's been dealing with that quietly behind the scenes. Apparently she got super into football in her later years and used to roll up to games and concerts with Ed and their dog Butch, basically living out the plot of a wholesome rom-com with tailgates. And just when you thought things at Chiefs camp couldn't get more emotionally layered, the Swifties went full Sherlock Holmes and uncovered what they're calling an invisible string moment. Yup, straight out of the Taylor Swift cinematic universe. Travis hits the mic for a press conference, right? Nothing wild, just your standard let's grind, let's win, I eat footballs for breakfast. But to the trained Swiftie eye, this was no random media moment. It was day 13 of training camp. Day 13, as in Taylor's favorite, most sacred lucky tattooed on my soul number. Coincidence? Please. The Swiftie FBI says absolutely not. According to the internet's most passionate pop culture detectives, the Chiefs' PR squad either got converted or they've just stopped fighting it and are now leaning full throttle into the Taylorverse. Kelce didn't name-drop his Grammy-gobbling girlfriend, but fans clocked some subtle wink-winks in his football talk. The man saying he eats, breathes, and sleeps the game, which is code for, "I'm focused, but also hi, Taylor." He talked team chemistry and leadership like a guy trying to win another ring, and maybe also a Best Supporting Boyfriend award. And then, wait for it, he casually drops that it's his 13th year with the Chiefs. You heard that right, another 13. Swifties at this point were probably hyperventilating into their Eras Tour merch bags. The math is mathing, y'all. If that wasn't enough, he calls Mahomes fearless while hyping up his quarterback mojo. Fearless. Like the album. Like the era. Like the iconic curly-haired Taylor and gold fringe singing about teardrops on guitars. Coincidence number 782? Doubt it. But while the Swifties are busy decoding hidden numerology in Chiefs pressers, the internet just dug up a vintage gem from 2016 that's giving Major before he was famous, aka Travis Kelce's reality TV era, where dealbreakers were flying faster than Hail Mary passes in the fourth quarter. Back in the day, pre-Swiftie era, pre-superstar glow-up, and pre-beard upgrade, Kelce popped up on a late-night show to play Let's Make a Dealbreaker, and let's just say 2016 Trav was a whole different breed. This man really sat there in his freshly pressed button-down and basically said if you're not romantically available by date number 3, that's a red flag. 3 strikes and you're out. He said it with his chest, and not in a poetic, "we were something, don't you think" kind of way.
The third date, I feel like that's the breaker right there. As soon as you hit
right.
3 dates, that's like...
More like a bro who definitely still owned a bottle of Axe body spray at the time. And it didn't stop there. When asked about adult activities and plastic surgery, Kelce gave answers that had both Housewives fans and future Twitter sleuths raising eyebrows. He said he was fine with implants as long as the woman was confident, but no selfies ever was apparently his hill to die on. Ironic, considering the entire internet now collectively loses its mind every time he so much as blinks in Taylor's general direction.
Is it a deal breaker if a girl has fake boobs?
I don't think so. I mean, as long as she's comfortable and very confident in what she looks like and how she looks, I mean,
Is it a deal breaker if a girl is obsessed with taking selfies?
Yeah, that's definitely a deal breaker. That's too much. You can't be just snapping all
Yes.
day, just straight selfies.
It's no good.
And don't even get started on his former dating show Catching Kelce, which was like The Bachelor meets NFL Combine, with way more lip gloss. Contestants from all 50 states competed for his heart, and he chose Maya Benberry, only for that spark to burn out quicker than his post-game Vegas parties. Then came his roller coaster romance with Kayla Nicole, who later shared how dating a high-profile guy changed her view on keeping things private, and maybe also changed her ringtone to "You belong with me, we're not sure." But you know what we are sure of? The fact that Taylor Swift's schedule is now officially a hot betting topic. Yup, welcome to 2025, where sportsbooks are literally placing odds on whether Tay will be in a luxury suite, sipping champagne and screaming "Let's go Travie" while wearing custom Chiefs merch. Somewhere out there, Vegas bookies are brushing up on midnights just to stay competitive. So here's the scoop. Insiders are saying this NFL season is different. Last year, Tay was pulling full superhero double duty, touring the globe, saving pop, and still managing to pop into Kelce's games like a glittery halftime surprise. But this fall, she's off the road and on boyfriend duty full time. The Swift Bowl is officially in play. And because the internet is allergic to chill, one betting site has already dropped a full lineup of Chiefs games with Vegas-style odds on where Tay will show up. We're talking will she attend Chiefs versus Chargers in Sao Paulo levels of detail. Spoiler alert, 92% chance she's there. The rest of the odds read like a Swiftie bingo card. Eagles at Chiefs, almost guaranteed. Raiders at Chiefs, not looking good. Chiefs at Giants, Vegas says she's probably ghosting that one, maybe because New York's only big enough for one headline-making power couple at a time. But here's where it gets unhinged. People are analyzing this like it's March Madness. There's actual math going into which away games she might skip and which home games are basically a Swiftie tailgate in disguise. And honestly, imagine explaining to your grandma that Taylor Swift's potential presence is now an official sports stat. We're one step away from ESPN airing Taylor Cam coverage with pop-up lyrics and lipstick shade breakdowns. But hey, if Taylor's in the stands, ratings go up, jerseys sell out, and Travis plays like he's got a Grammy to win. Everybody wins, except maybe the sportsbooks. That's all for this video, folks. We'll see you next time.